Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Cricinfo as we're building up to the only game in the IPL tonight. That is the Kings 11 Punjab who are hosting the Kolkata Knight Riders. Match number 52 at Mohali, and joining me in studio to talk about it are Murali Kartik and Dan Vettori, whose Punjabi is as bad as Kartik's Bengali.
Correct.
Correct?
I don't know, but sorry, why am I saying correct? I don't know, but Dan's Punjabi, but my Bengali is
Any Punjabi
woeful.
in the offering, Dan?
Zero.
No Balle Balle
Zero.
also?
No. I'm thinking of Mandeep Singh dancing.
Yeah.
That's about all I know.
Okay, that's
Doesn't
good.
ring-
Okay,
he's a
good
good
dance.
dancer.
Great. First, let's just tell you guys what the head-to-head and what the matchup has been like so far. We've of course got 5 points that we will talk about in this preview. The head-to-head is heavily in favour of Team Kolkata. Total of 24 matches, 16 going Kolkata's way, 8 going Punjab's way. But Kartik, that of course is also because Punjab has faltered quite a bit in the previous seasons of the IPL. Not, of course, counting last season.
I wouldn't say that exactly. Look, there are certain times when you look at certain teams and say these guys have not fared well in the IPL, but their record against certain teams is actually very different. But yeah, when you look at that, definitely they hold the wood over Punjab. But having said that, the game is in Mohali, where Kings 11 Punjab have done really well in the last 2 years. They won mostly, and it's been like Fortress Mohali. So it'll be interesting if they can change that anomaly.
Dan, what are they doing right at Mohali? 5 games played this season, 4 in their kitty.
I think like most teams, you get to understand the conditions so well and you know how to exploit them. You understand the strengths of your team and who can perform in those conditions. I think when teams like Kings 11 go away, they're not guessing, but it's not as easy to predict what's going to happen. So when they get up to Chandigarh and play there, they really know what they're going to do, and they can set a team up and they can go from there. And they're always led by KL Rahul and Chris Gale at the top of the order. And then they've had a strong middle order, even though they've chopped and changed that middle order a little bit. I think it's that batting lineup that's done so well for them, and now they need their bowlers, a consistent bowling effort to get them across the line.
Yeah, close to about 900 runs by Chris Gale and KL Rahul combined in IPL 2019. Let's move on to our next point. Now, key issues to be addressed by both teams. Kartik, I'll start with you, sir. Kings 11 Punjab, key issue.
They've got things to address on both sides. To start off, in spite of the great running or great showing from KL Rahul, I feel that the power play can be maximized even a bit more, because Chris Gale is on top of the power play hitting or strike rates. But when you look at Kings 11, they are 6th or 7th compared to other teams, and that's because KL Rahul has been batting very slowly. His strike rate improves between 7 and 15, but it's the initial bit where you want to maximize that too with 2 good players, 2 wonderful hitters of the ball, and that is also putting pressure on people like Mayank Agarwal and Miller when they come in between. And also you want to finish well. That is something which has not happened in spite of the starts which they've got. And on the bowling front, heavily reliant on the 2 Ashwins. Massively reliant. Mujibur Rahman hasn't had the kind of season which you expect him to be. They've had so many changes with respect to the seam bowling. Ankit Rajput, 1 game. Arshdeep Singh, suddenly. So Andrew Ty didn't have the best of seasons. Filion. So it's not been supported well. So that is one issue for Kings 11 as well.
Quite a few.
Quite a few.
Okay, so for you, Dan, KKR?
Well, I suppose it's not an issue, but it's how they utilise their best player, and their best player has obviously been Andre Russell. Everywhere he's batted, it's turned to gold. So they've been lucky and fortunate that no matter where he's batted, he's had the opportunity to score runs. So I think when the game gets underway, where they want to dispatch him will be important, and whether they chase or bat first will dictate that. But it looks like they've made a decision to get him as high as possible. And it may not be a batting position, it'll be a time of the game where he comes in, whether it's after the power play or the 8th over. But if he can get as many balls as possible, or if he can bat at the right time, then that sets up Kolkata for a victory, because he's been so influential throughout this tournament. So it's not an issue, it's just maximising his ability and his talent. And I think everything in the KKR team falls into place from there. If he plays well, then everyone else knows their roles and everything can go well from there.
Just very quickly, if you were coach of Team KKR in the situation that they are in right now, which number would you be sending him out?
I wouldn't have a number. It would be a time of the innings. So I think the likes of Chris Lynn, Dinesh Kartik, all those players that have done really well will need to keep doing well. But I think probably around the 7th or 8th over. I think in the past people have thought 12th over, let him go, but he's just got so much better. He's improved as every season's gone, and he's improved as each game has gone on this season. So I think he's earned the position around that 6th, 7th over, and just let him go. But I think the thing about that is you've always still got to let him play with that freedom, because the later he bats, the more freedom he has. If he can take that same freedom into the 7th and 8th over, then he can be destructive for a long period of time.
Let's take a look now at the playing 11s. We'll start with Kings 11 Punjab. Kartik, your playing 11 and why?
Look, last game they had the new player, the wicket keeper, Prab Simran. And for me, he might be very promising and all that, but the stage at which he has got a chance, he didn't look too convincing. And with when you're in a must-win situation, you would want your better players, and I'm surprised that they have not used Karun Nair to that effect. And I feel sorry for him as well, the way things have panned out for him over the last 7 to 8 months. So Karun Nair, I think, is a high-quality player, and I think they need to give him a chance and allow him to bat freely. And the second one is that you need some depth to their bowling. So I'm bringing back Hardus Filion from the reserves because of the fact that they don't have anyone else. Mujibur Rahman has not had the best of IPLs. Went for 66 in the last game. It's not because of that, but it's just that you need a bit more teeth in the bowling.
Dan, you're playing 11. Any changes?
No, I think we'll go with the same 11 from the last game. I think they're starting to feel comfortable about themselves. They've got an understanding of what they need to do, and they're in a desperate situation, so they know they need to keep winning. But like we spoke about before, the key is that batting order. If Lynn and Narayan can get them off to a great start, then that complements everything that Russell can do later on. And I really believe that Kolkata always rely on a strong batting effort, whether it's batting first in that top order or it's batting second and chasing and really understanding and chase with the likes of DK in that middle order. So, look, I think it'll be. I think they're going to be up for it more than Punjab, just because they're so desperate for this one.
And finally, guys, player to watch out for, Kartik.
I feel Chris Gayle. And the reason why I say that is that he's been brilliant, but in a chase he's not had the best of times. And for me, I think if whichever way, whether they want to set a total or they have to chase down a total, that big man makes a big difference. And if he can set the tempo for them, I think it'll be good. And that's one of the reasons why he would be raring to set the record straight.
And Dan, you also going for a big hitter?
I've got another Chris as well. I think Chris Lynn at the top of the order. I think his tournament has been pretty good. I think he's got another level to him. And I think the Kings 11 bowling attack, particularly the fast bowlers at Chandigarh, I think he can take them on. I think he'll suit the pace of the wicket. He'll enjoy that. And once he gets himself in, he can be so destructive. And I think when those spin bowlers come on, he'll be set and he'll be ready to go. And that's where I think he'll make the most damage.
So then, are you betting against Punjab in this game, Dan? Because are you backing Kolkata or are you betting against Punjab?
I'm backing Kolkata. I think they're on a run. I think they've got more chance of making those playoffs. Lynn, Narayan, DK, Russell, big-time players who have been in these situations before and are desperate to get into those playoffs.
Prediction, are you going with Dan?
I would like to back Kings 11 Punjab tomorrow. The reason being that they've been good at home and hopefully they want to turn things around.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.